Alright, this is how I redo my harness. First, set it all up on the motor. Get everything plugged in that's necessary to hold it where you need it. Get rid of the factory fuse box. You can use that if you want, but I'm going to run everything underneath the dash with standalone. We're going to try to use everything factory, cruise control. We're going to use 4L80 on this transmission. I'm going to get the AC to work. Chevy Suburban. Not this motor, this is just a mock-up motor for the harness. I got another motor and trans we're going to put in it. Haven't got the truck here yet, but I got to go ahead and get a jump start on reworking the harness. This is the first step. I'll let you know how it goes. Alright, here's some more of the wiring. Got rid of a lot of stuff. Got it all off the top of the engine. This runs down for the oxygen starter and crank sensor. On the fan, it's got a HVAC control module. I'm going to have to rework that back in the corner so it goes to the heater. But got it all off the top. Got to extend my TPS and alternator. Got to extend my engine control temp. But got it all ran to the back, reorganized. This is all going to go right through the firewall after I de-wire some of it. This reworked a little bit. This will go to my 4L80. It's all going to come out the back. Hopefully everything's will be nice and tucked. You won't see nothing. I'm going to clean the top of the intake up a little bit. Depends on if I do aftermarket or not. Got it all ran back here. This is all for the transmission side. It's all ran through the back. All of our ground's going to be right behind the intake right there. This is the computer end. C2 block, which I got D-pin a lot of this yet, but this is just my routing. I got to extend my coolant temp for the computer. I extended it up. I got to extend my map, TPS, and alternator wires. I'm going to extend it all up and run it with the coils. Get it up nice and neat. Run it all right up through here. Nice and neat. So it's not a whole lot of wire showing, but that's what you want. You want them to look nice and clean. So, but still got a lot to do. Now I got where I want it. Got to do some soldering. Take some more loom off. Delete some wires, and the harness will be ready for the Suburban when I get it here. Alright, got it back off the engine. Got it all laid out here and taped. Here's her block. A lot of this stuff's gonna disappear. I mean, a lot of it. I started depinning the PCM connectors. All these little wires here. You just pull out the clips, find the number, which ones you're not using, pull it out. These green tag ones are for the oil pressure switch, which I'm going to be running an electric oil pressure gauge. So I'm going to utilize them and pull them back through so I can wire them up in the gauge clusters. But all this has to be pulled back through the harness. You'll be doing away with the wire, bunch of connectors, feed it all back to here to what you need to run the system, the standalone, which ain't a whole lot, but I'll keep you updated. Alright, here we go. Got some more done. Got them all fed through. These connectors here will be going away. I just got to feed them through the harness. Here's some more wires that we deleted from the PCM connectors that we got to trace all back through the harness, back up the block, which a lot of it's going to be disappearing. I mean, guys, if I can do it, anyone can do it. It's a little bit of time, but man, it saves you some money. If you're just running factory stuff, just do it. I mean, you can even run the factory fuse box. I just want to keep the fender wells clean, nothing on them. I'm gonna hide everything under the dash on this one. So everything's we tucked and hid, but it might look like a lot, but man, it's simple. Try it. Well, that's what we got deep in and pulled out of the harness so far. I don't know if you guys can see, it's all laid out here on my bench. Looks like a lot of wires, but a lot of these I'm not going to use. I just kept them because I've never ran AC on it with a LS motor or cruise control. I keep it a lot to utilize wires in the harness. This is the PCM side. Wires we have to hook up. Some of these are just for the OBD2 port. Check engine light, injectors and coils. A couple more wires I still got to extend. Main grounds. This is your transmission side. It's still in loom because I didn't really have to take nothing out of it. And then you got the AC side right here. Got a bunch of bundles here to run all the controls. That has to be hooked up to the truck side. It looks like a lot of wires, but a lot of this stuff I'm keeping because I don't know how I'm gonna wire it up yet until I have it on the truck, if that makes sense. Here's the injectors and coils for the other side, which runs down to the AC connectors and OBD2, or not OBD2, auction sensors and crankshaft sensor. All these pink wires here. This is what's left of that block right here. These all run the coils and injectors. All have to be hooked together for key switch and constant. But other than that, we're getting there. Sorry I'm talking so fast and messed up a few things, but when you guys are doing these, man, I tell you what, time saver is keeping factory connectors like this. If you can keep these and don't need them in your harness, use them. You can depin these. You can wire anything up. Let's just say, like, if I wanted to take this harness, this whole harness right here, and make it to where I can unplug it and take it just off the engine side, I can do that and pull the engine out. There's a bunch of connectors like that. Got all kinds of connectors to this factory harness, both ends, female and male, that you can utilize for anything. It don't even have to be an LS engine. Anything you want to wire up, you can utilize it. All right, here we are. Got the harness pretty well done until I get it in the vehicle. Got it all nice and tucked up along the fuel rail. I don't have everything plugged in. I just got laid out to see where I'm gonna fasten it. Got my TPS, my IAC all extended. It was like back here in this area. We extended them up so we can get everything nice and tucked. Get it where we want it. Had to extend the alternator wire too, and the ECT engine control temp wire. These are for electric fans, the relays, control relays, wires. You'll see the map wire on top. Nothing really you can do about that. These truck intakes. If you go from aftermarket, you can move all this around. Got it all back here nice and out of the way, wrapped. I wrapped this with, it's a heat tape. And then I went over it with a cloth tape. Got it all ran back, cut it off here. I'll say it's gonna go to the firewall about right here where my hand is on the vehicle. All this right here will be up under the dash for relays and your computer. This will all be wired into the original truck harness. This is the transmission side. It's all done. It'll run down the top back of the transmission down to plug in. This is all the AC stuff. Nothing's been done with it because I don't think I need all this length wire. So I cut it off right here. once I get in the truck, I shouldn't need all this, so I cut a lot of it back, then I'll wrap it on the truck. But other than that, that's what we got. Use this stock routing here on the front. Might have to put some more heat protectant here. Ran it down for the AC wires. All this hooked up for the crankshaft, starter, oxygen sensor. Here's my MAF sensor wire, because I'm gonna run the intake to the passenger side. But this ain't the motor I'm using, which you guys know that. This is just mock-up motor. Alright, showing you guys how I did the wiring. As you can see, the Holley bracket's in. I got the main harness off the engine going back through the firewall with the bottom hole of the Holley bracket. And I got someone coming back out of the top hole. And they're running across the top brake booster here. And I got it all coming down, tying into our power and what we need here off the main block of the Suburban. This is all gauge wires here, and this is a oil wire. My gauges are gonna be electronic. But we got it all ran down here. We got into a connector here. I can unplug that and disconnect the fuse box and relay box, which is right here. This is my fuel pump connector. Unplug it, disconnect the fuel pump harness. But that's the way it looks right there. Once we get the gauge wires and all that stuff done, you'll basically, like the oil pressure wires there that's coming off the LS harness, will tie into 2 of those. And then once I figure out where I'm gonna put the temp sensor, which I think I'm gonna put it on the driver's side or passenger side port. There's a plug right back there on that head. I think I'm gonna put that electric sensor there, run my wires around, then tie into this bunch of wires, which all of it's gonna be brought up over the brake booster. So then there's also an alternator wire in there, which I'm not sure on it yet, because I think I'm gonna run a digital gauge in there, because I might be running my air fuel gauge. Not sure. I don't know if I really need that. And honestly, I'm gonna do some serious tuning. But it'd be nice to have and wire it up and already in there to where I could plug one in if I needed to. So I like to get ahead of everything. That way, if I do add something, I don't have a bunch of extra wiring or stuff to do when I do it. But this is my relay fuse box. It's all tied in. I bought this. See how long this lasts. It's off got it off the jungle site, as Vice Grip Garage would say. But plug right into the factory connector, and it's running. It's gonna be running my washer pump. This is out of a Model A Ford. I thought this was cool. It's still got the sticker and stuff on it. We'll clean the jar all up. You fill it right here. I slid it the wrong way, but you fill it here with the washer fluid, and ran the external pump to pump washer fluid out for the wipers. This thing actually, I'm not exactly sure how it worked. Some of you probably do, but this has a T here. This is blocked off. This ran clear, I don't know, I want to say back inside the dash, and it had a squeeze pump on it. And I thought that was pretty cool. So I guess either at your foot, it was located at your foot where you could just step on it to pump it. But it pumped the fuel out of here inside, or the washer fluid out to inside the cab to clean off your windows. But and then I got wires ran over here. That's just a power feed. I got it running back through inside the fender, and it comes out over here for my circuit breaker. This is just in case we have an overload or anything like that. It kicks, so we're not burning our project down. So this power feed goes here. This will go to the positive side, which just ain't the right battery for it. So, and I got all my power cords ran. Everything's down there. Grounds, got it all up, ready to rock. This is my air filter box is gonna go over here, which I might have to shorten this. It's way longer than what I thought it was gonna be, but I want to put my air filter on this side because factory intake side was over here. None of this is all tied down yet, but it is all hooked up. But that's the way the wiring ended up, and everything's inside already. Let me find my light. I know, moving around a lot, but here we go. I got it all inside, as you can see. That Holly plate came, the holes for it when I drilled came right out to the right of the gas pedal. All this is gonna go up, and my ECM's gonna be behind the glove box. Still got some wires in here for the OBD2 port and check engine light, which I'm gonna dissect that gauge cluster, and we're gonna put all new gauges in it once I get them, and then we're gonna run check engine light on this empty space right here, or even down in this area. I'm not sure, but we'll find out when we get there. And I took the ashtray, my ashtray for it, OBD2 port, USB, and my kids got me this little cool little cigarette lighter knob just to keep that closed when we're not using it. We don't smoke, but to run another port. But thought that was cool. Did a little license plate action, so when it's down in there you can see it. Which, if you guys haven't been following, we've done a lot of license plates on this because I don't want to fix no rust. We got them inside the fender well. We got them down inside the fender well. We got them inside the fenders to cover holes. I still got to put one right there. Got it on the front fender, inside this fender well. Me and my youngest boy, Parker, he likes doing that stuff. He likes getting in there, and we got him back here. We got one right there. We got two here. We got to add one down there. I just kind of stuck that one on the door, but we got to put one there. But I just like the way it looks with the license plates, and once we do the Poppy's patina white bone clear coat. Now I got to pull all these license plates back out. We got them all mocked up. I think I'm gonna rivet them instead of self-tap them. But I got it's called Rust-Oleum. I think it's gel, rusty one, or whatever you want to call it. But it's spray gel, but you don't want to get it on your concrete. Just a tip, don't get it on your concrete. So I like to take it and spray it into a aerosol cap, and then take a paintbrush, dip in it, and then hit all the external rust. So it kind of kills it. Then when we go to do the Poppy's patina, we'll scrub it all down real good and get the Poppy clear coat on it. But I just want to catch you guys up.